Good morning, Bucknuts. It is Thursday, August 19th, 2021. I am Dan Rubin. This is the Bucknuts Morning 5 and change. If it's Thursday, that can mean only one thing. 24/7 Sports Director of Recruiting, Steve Wiltfong, has joined us. Steve, how goes it?
Good morning, Daniel. Going well. Smoothie in hand. Weather is strong, sending it down I-70 through Dayton all the way to Columbus.
Big day for the Buckeyes today, and we will get to that. First, some news. Long snapper Rowan McCullough no longer with the team. We have a story up on that right now, kind of a surprising development, one you'll want to dive into and get the latest on. But today, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, tight end Ty Lockwood will make his announcement. He has whittled it down to a group of 4. We are feeling quite optimistic about this. Steve, can you let us know what you think and maybe a little bit about Ty Lockwood, the player?
Yeah, absolutely. I logged the 24/7 Sports crystal ball in favor of the Buckeyes for Ty Lockwood on August 5th. He's got 4 finalists: Florida State, the Buckeyes, Penn State, and South Carolina. Not 1, but 2 visits to Columbus this summer. I think have really put Ohio State in great position here to land one of the top targets on their board early in the 2023 cycle. 6'5", 6'6", 225 pounds. He's a guy that grew up playing basketball, and that was kind of his first love, but has developed more into a football player. But that athleticism shows on the field. He can run routes. He can win one-on-one balls. He can make things happen after the catch. But he also brings a physicality to the field and a guy that will develop into an all-around player at the position at the school he chooses, which I think is going to be Ohio State. I think he's been blown away by the Ohio State coaches. I think conversations with Ryan Day have been exciting. Film sessions with Kevin Wilson have been awesome. And I think the 2 visits to Ohio State, the culture the program has, everything's a fit for him, and I like where Ohio State stands.
If Ohio State has a mold at tight end, the Jeremy Ruckert, Nick Vanette look, I think Ty Lockwood certainly figures in there. And then, we remember Benji Gosnell decommitted in 2022, so adding to the coffers, certainly an impressive maneuver if they can pull it off this afternoon. Once again, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, he will commit. We will have coverage completely when he does so. In other news, 24/7 Sports has debuted its 2024 rankings, and there's a very familiar name at the top. Jaden Davis, quarterback out of South Carolina. He's already basically a mainstay at Ohio State. It looks like, I'm not going to say we have another Quinn Ewers situation developing here in terms of one quarterback being the apple of the entire United States' eye, but it does seem Jaden Davis is ahead of the curve here.
Well, Jaden Davis is a young man that's pretty talented in everything he does. He's smart and insightful. I think he had nothing lower than a 96% his freshman year in all the classes he took. He's the news anchor on the school's morning announcements. He's already won leadership awards at the school as a young man there. And he's very driven to be the best quarterback he can be, and that goes back to an early age. And so with that, he's looking at colleges that give him the best opportunity to maximize. Jaden's a guy that knows what he wants, and it has known for a long time, since he was 8 years old. But before we dive into that, he's exceptional in everything he does. Didn't score below a 96% in anything in the classroom as a freshman. He's the anchor on the morning news show for their school announcements, and also does some sideline reporting for sports when he's out of season. He's won leadership awards. He's spoken in front of large crowds, going back to 6th grade, telling parents why they should send their kid to this school when he was in 6th grade. So he's extremely polished and smart, and has his P's and Q's in order there. And then from a football standpoint, he's extremely driven and loves the game, and has poured a lot of effort and energy and time into it, going back to a young age, watching his older brother play. And he's extremely dedicated to the quarterback position. He's been going to college camps since he was in 5th grade. So he's put a lot into the craft. And with that, regarding his college decision, he's going to go to a school that has a track record at the position. So you look at places like Ohio State, Oklahoma, and Alabama right off the bat. He has been up to Ohio State, and the family really loves Ryan Day's track record at the position, and they're building a strong rapport with Corey Dennis, and they see what's happening there. They were blown away by Lincoln Riley when they went out to Norman, and just how personable Lincoln Riley is and how much energy he has, and how Lincoln Riley tailors the offenses around his quarterbacks and their personality. That's standing out to the family. Alabama, of course, he got offered by Alabama after a camp in 8th grade and goes into Nick Saban's office and is just blown away that Coach Saban can shut the door with a remote control, and you see the trophies and the rings. He said all the diamonds were blinding his eyes, but certainly he's got his eye on the fact that Alabama's really producing quarterbacks at a high clip right now. Also, he's from Georgia. He likes the Bulldogs. He's camped there. They were his first offer. He was offered by them after a camp performance. Kirby's been up front with them about they're trying to elevate their quarterback development under his watch, and they like the way that's going. I think Tennessee's another school that has made an impression on Jaden, just with Coach Heupel and the high-powered offenses he's had at Missouri and UCF. And so those are a few of the schools that I think early on, Texas A&M, Oregon are a couple other he has strong reports with. This one's just getting started, but Ohio State's obviously in very good early position for another top-ranked quarterback and top-ranked player nationally.
Jaden Davis is class of 2024, which means he won't leave college till, 2027. If you think the college football playoff is going to have different teams in it between now and then, when the same schools at the top are getting all these top quarterbacks, think again. We're going to take a quick break, come back, and talk more 2024 dudes. All right, we are back. In our effort to introduce you to some 2024 guys here, I'm going to run down a list. If you could give us a quick scouting report, as I'm sure we are introducing many of these guys to the Bucknuts public. 1, Desmond Ricks.
Yeah, the number 2 overall player from IMG Academy has over 20 offers right now. When I asked him which schools were standing out, the first school he mentioned was Ohio State, and then he goes Oregon, LSU, Tennessee, Jackson State, and listed a few more. And he went on to say, Ohio State has a great staff, huge fan base, known for getting players to the NFL. And so they're in the mix early for Desmond Ricks, who's a Virginia native. And, they'll end up battling the likes of Clemson and some powerhouses for him. Ellis Robinson, who's from New York, Iona Preparatory up there. He does not have an Ohio State offer just yet, the number 4 player overall, but he's high on Ohio State, according to his dad. The Buckeyes have been in contact, and that's a program he's hoping to hear more from. Ryan Wingo is a speedy receiver from St. Louis. He does not have an offer from Ohio State yet, but, Ohio State, their track record at the position in that city, if they choose to get involved, I would watch them. Jonathan Paler is an explosive player out of the state of North Carolina. He's got 10 offers. The 2 in-state schools are doing a good job there. He camped at Ohio State. Sounds like he had a good showing there. It's more about Ohio State maybe identifying where they like him, whether that's receiver, perhaps it's running back, perhaps it's in the secondary. But he's a big-time playmaker on Friday nights with verified speed, already running in the 10.7s. And then another young man, Kingston Viliamu Asa, out of St. John Bosco in California. Y'all know him. Bill Kierlich's written about him. He's the number 10 player overall. He visited over the summer. He obviously loves Ohio State. USC, Stanford, and Oregon are going to be in the mix there too. But for a player that's that far away, Ohio State already getting him to campus to give him a foundation with their recruitment is obviously big.
That should give you a nice head start on 2024. Do not forget, 1 p.m. today, Ty Lockwood, the tight end, will be making a verbal commitment. We think things are going to go well then. And tonight, here in the Gem City, Kettering Alter will take on Kettering Fairmont. Kettering Alter led by all-star future Buckeye C.J. Hicks. Our Mark Porter and Bill Kierlich will be there with bells on, so look for coverage from there. Steve, you will be on the road tomorrow night to possibly see a future Buckeye.
Yeah, I'll be making the 30-minute drive over to another suburb to catch Caden Curry in Greenwood Center Grove playing their opener against Warren Central. So should have an update with Caden after that ball game as well.
Keep it locked in here. We appreciate Steve stopping by. Have a good one, Bucknutters.
Take care, y'all. See you on the front row.